Hello, peoples. It is me. Great start. Anyway, this is Valeria Absinthe. Yes, that's how it's pronounced. I know that Brianni Faith said Valeria or something. I'm not too sure. It was really hard to say what the pronunciation was, and honestly, it doesn't matter. I responded to it anyway. I was the only one there, but yeah, the way that I think it should be pronounced, I could be completely wrong on it. I pronounce it Valeria, so there we go. If it's easier for you though, Val. So this is going to be my attempt at an intro. I was planning on doing a whole bunch of different things, like, oh, I'm gonna film it in this particular location. Well, in the basement. I'm still in the basement, but anyway, had a better setup, actually over here. I wanted to do it there. I wanted to try and put on makeup. I actually, typically when I do makeup, I actually also shave my eyebrows just because it, too low set and it's really hard to do certain looks, but I was like, fuck it, whatever. I figured as a starter video, this will do, just because I figured best start is to introduce myself and do 10 facts, because, I mean, the most introduction I can think of is, hi, it's Valeria, and I'm not very good at this, as you can tell. Actually, one thing before I get to my top 10, I actually have done YouTube videos before. It was under the name Anna Vanity. Don't ask where I got that name from. It was a stupid face. That's why I'm not using it anymore. I did Let's Plays on that. I played a couple things. Some of the videos were missing on it. It wasn't until I think it was my Walking Dead playthrough that I actually did face cam and did some really dumbass edits. Rainy. And I was blonde then too, so transition. My hair's actually been in so many different colors. I've done, I mean, like right now it's black. Well, it would be a blue black, but I need to dye it again to make it have the blue hint. I've had it pink, I've had it blue, I've had some kind of weird green thing. I wasn't trying for it, but that's what I got. I've done like a almost rainbow color. I've done red. It didn't really work for me. Black ended up being the easiest thing for me, and honestly, if I want additional color, I'll probably do like extensions, or I'll buy like synthetic dreads and have the color at the bottom or something. I'm not sure. That's all for when I actually have the budget to do it. Right now I don't. I have a pretty ghetto setup. I have webcam, Logitech webcam. I have this. That was paper. I don't have much for a recording setup. This is kind of the best I got, so bear with me. In terms of my top 10 facts, well, not top 10 facts, but 10 facts, I actually was kind of lame. I wrote it down. That being because just from the intro itself, I'm usually very disjointed and I'm kind of here and there and I'm inconsistent, so I figured that to make it a more cohesive and understandable 10 fact thing, I would at least write it down. So honestly, if elaboration is required, I can do that in a future video or something. It's fine. I don't mind. Near the end, I'll try and show my cats again, because I know you guys like it. Especially Phil! I know you were like, oh, we need more of your cats, and I will. I'll make sure. So, anyway, let's see. So, the first thing I wanted to bring up as a fact, so fact number 1, yay! Despite my name being Valeria Absinthe, I have actually never in my life consumed absinthe. Part of the why I chose the name is because I like the kind of color it was. Actually, if you guys believe in the kind of thing of people having different auras and stuff, I've been told that mine is green, not quite absinthe green, but some kind of shade of green. It's usually meant for like a calming, healing kind of thing. I guess I just have that effect on some people. I make a lot of people, like, at least at first, incredibly comfortable around me, and I have even random strangers confessing all these crazy things. Like, couple weeks ago, I took a cab to work, and this cab driver confessed to me that he had 2 wives and everything. I don't mind that. That's, like, if you guys are against it, please don't be a dick about it. But I didn't see issue with it. I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever. I was more confused that I was even being told this, so great. Sorry, I'm gonna be playing with my hair a lot. It's not set up. I also wanted to cut this a little bit, maybe go back to having, like, you guys haven't seen it, but go back to having widow's peak bangs, because despite my face being as it is, I actually pull it off just fine. But anyway, on to fact number 2. In terms, like, I know there's a lot of times where people bring up whether or not I, like, what kind of shows I like, or movies, or whatever, and the tougher part about me saying that is because of of fact number 2 here. I'm into a lot of shit that most people my age shouldn't be interested in. So you're looking at, like, Power Rangers, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, yes, before season 3. But anyway, Monster High before the revamp, and what, did I write anything else down? No. So yeah, things that are more meant to be for kids, I'm kind of into to some degree. Some of it's not, like, major obsessive anymore, so whatever. But Monster High, I have a whole bunch of dolls, actually, for my collection. I love them. They're pre-revamp, though, because after they revamped it, it looks like shit. Yeah. So if you don't like it, too bad, because I can't change what I like. I can't change who I am. I'm sure you guys will accept me anyway, but that's fact number 2. Let's go to fact number 3. Okay, music. Actually, I've lightly touched on this in live streams, like the Brianna Faith live streams, but I am a massive music whore. I tell this to everybody. Like, I listen to so many different kinds of music, so many different genres. The only genres I really don't like, for the most part, are country. Sorry for the people in the stream that mentioned liking it. I can't. I've tried. It doesn't work for me. I don't like rap. Well, most rap. There's a couple rap songs I do like a couple Eminem songs, and another guy, Boy in a Band. It depends on the subject matter. I prefer the raps being more about, like, serious subjects. Meh. I kind of lump hip-hop around the same area, and actually, I mean, some people might be like, oh my god, this is terrible for you, because I've told people I'm goth as well. I don't usually really like goth rock. I have exceptions. There's a couple songs I like from The Cure. There's a couple songs from Susie and the Banshees I like. So on and so forth. You know, the main stuff that everybody knows about. There's a couple songs I like from them, but I'm more into, like, their industrial or deep wave and all that kind of stuff, if I had to classify the genres I prefer. I can't give you a definite, though, because I'm not entirely sure. I don't follow genres. I just go, hey, I like this song. Oh, hey, I hate this song. So basically my music genres are shit that I like and shit that I hate. So, yeah, anyway. Fact number 4. Something I forgot that I wrote down. So, I do some gaming stuff every now and again, like console gamings, PS1, PS2, so on and so forth. Well, okay, not PS2 or PS1. I don't actually have games on that right now. But the first console I've ever owned, which I still own literally to this day, is a PlayStation 1. That was my first console as a child, and I had 2 games on it. Parasite Eve, which is a fantastic game. If they ever remake it, only update the graphics and give voice acting. Do not change anything else. I will kill them. And Tenchu 2. Tenchu 2 was the first game that I beat. There's like 3 campaigns. You play as 2 different characters for each campaign, and then the 3rd character you have to play and beat the first 2. It was like the first game I also ever completed. Like, you know how a lot of games where it's just like, oh, you beat the game, but then there's all this hidden shit that you find. I think I actually did legitimately complete and do everything in that game because I adored it so much. Even though I think as a kid, I don't really think I understood the game. Like, I don't think I understood the story or whatever. But anyway, Parasite Eve, I actually never managed to beat. It was like the second major battle in the game. Like, it wasn't even, like, the game is set up into 6 days. I wasn't even past day 1. It was bad. I just was never able to beat it. I don't really know how or why. I just never really understood the gameplay or something. I'm not sure. It wasn't until about 6 years ago when I got it on the PlayStation Vita. Well, it wasn't officially a Vita game. It was more like a PS1 classic on the PlayStation Network store. So I bought the digital version of the game, which can be played on the Vita, and that's how I beat it. So, yeah, it was about 6 years ago, so around 2012. Well, actually, I guess it would be almost 7 years ago now, so around 2012 was when I finally beat it, so great. That's the joys of me having terrible timing. Okay, so fact number 5. When it comes to movies, I am extremely talkative. Like, I point out certain, like, continuity errors or, like, terrible green screening and all this other kind of stuff. I am a bit of a critical viewer. So, that's the first thing. I'm very talkative, but the second thing that I am is extremely emotional. Like, even if I don't care about the characters or the story or anything like that, if you see these characters, like, do the dramatic, drawn-out, like, death scene or something, and they're crying and all sorts of kind of stuff, I'm just like, no! Like, I actually cry myself. It is embarrassing. It really is. Like, I can't even watch those kind of scenes when I'm watching movies with my mom and everything, just because, like, she laughs at me every time I cry at a scene, and I'm just like, I can't stop it! So, a lot of times I even look away from the screen, but mainly because I'm so critical and I feel the need to put in my input for movies while watching it, especially the first time watching it. I am not the best person to watch a movie with, go to a theater, so on and so forth, unless you're into that kind of thing. Otherwise, I will annoy the ever-living shit out of you, so fair warning. Okay. Fact number 6. Okay. This one. Most prominent in person. Right now I'm doing a kind of decent job, minus my cat being annoying over there. When it comes to talking to people about anything, it doesn't really matter what it is, I actually really struggle to look directly at the person. Like, a lot of times I'm looking over this way, or I'm looking over this way, up there, down there, what's on the floor. It's not like, how do I put this? Like, it's not some kind of paranoid thing. It's not me trying to lie. I'm not that kind of person. I don't believe in lying. The issue is just that I can't maintain focus. Because a lot of times when I'm looking at someone, and or at least trying to, I don't usually focus on the main part that people focus on. I think a lot of people, focus on the eyes or something. I can't. Because for the eyes, I'm just like, okay, I'm looking at this eye, now I'm looking at this eye, and it's just really bad. So, yeah, it's not like I don't know if like a maybe potential nervousness or something, but overall, I don't really, I don't have very much luck in looking at people when I talk to them. Like, it's amazing I can even look at the camera as long as I have been, just because I just see, like, well, it looks like a little red dot. It's probably not. It's like some weird reflection, but you never know. Fact number 7. This is one thing that I usually tell everybody all the time. Fact number 7 is, I am an extremely open-minded person. If you're in a poly relationship, that's fine. If you're homosexual, that's fine. If you're male transitioning to female or vice versa, I'm fine. Like, it doesn't really matter to me what kind of person you are. It's more of how you present yourself to me. Like, if you're a complete if you're an asshole to me, like, of course I'm not going to like you, and I'm going to judge you based on that. And the main reason I'm very open-minded myself is because I'm homo-flexible. So, for those who don't know what that is, I'm mostly into females, like myself, but I do allow opportunity for for males to come in. Sorry, I gotta deal with my cat. Dang, Momo's being annoying. So, there's that. I am goth, which a lot of people find as a sin because they don't understand it, which, I mean, for really anyone in the LGBT community, obviously, that's a common issue. I'm also into witchcraft, Wicca. I also call it pagan, even though there is a difference between the two. I will not cover that here. That would take too long. Oh, Nikki. Look at my little baby. My little baby Momo. Oh, Nikki, look at the camera. How cute. Now go away. So yeah, like, for me, having all these things that people tend to really hate and misunderstand and so on and so forth, I don't think I have any right to not be open-minded. That, and again, it's more about the character. It's more about how you're presenting yourself, not what you start out to be or what you develop into like that. Like, as long as you're not being an asshole to other people or disrespecting other people for their beliefs and so on and so forth, you are fine by me. As soon as you start judging people based on that and saying, oh yeah, my beliefs are more valuable than someone else's, fuck you. Just, I hate when people do that, so don't. Fact number 8. You can't really see it as well here, but I'm actually overweight because I am a massive sweet tooth. I hate my hair right now. Okay. I'm a massive sweet tooth, but for a lot of people, the sweet tooth is more for, like, candy and junk foods and all that kind of stuff. I'm really not there. Like, I'm more interested in, my sweet tooth is more for, like, fruit. The only difference is that fruit tends to cost a lot more than candy and stuff, so it's cheaper, more available. That's what I go for. Part of why I'm overweight, that and poor eating in general. Like, it's not that I actually don't eat enough, and I also eat at really poor and inconsistent times, so that's a whole other thing that's not part of this fact. The main fact that I was trying to give, fact number 8, is that I have a massive sweet tooth, more for fruit than anything else. And if anyone asks what my favorite fruit is, it's between watermelon and dragon fruit. So, bonus! Fact number 9. Okay. This one I wrote like a fucking monologue. So, one of the things I want to be able to do at one point is travel. And if I were to be able to travel to anywhere in the world, not worry about cost or anything like that, just be able to up and go, even if it means physically getting off my ass and moving there, like living, I would love to be in Japan. I love the culture. I love the mythology. I love the fucking fashion that they have there. Like, there's so many different ways that people dress there, and it's amazing to see all of it. Like, even if I don't like it, I love seeing the effort they put into it and putting all these accessories in their hair and doing it all pretty and having all, like, this particular kind of makeup style and all these crazy outfits. It's amazing. I love fashion and makeup and everything, so I apologize. But, yeah, like, I know that heat would be a bit of an issue, just because I mean, it's surrounded by water, of course. When it gets warm, heat and humidity is a bad thing. I do have issues with, like, summertime. It gets way too warm for me. I overheat really fast, so that would be a challenge for me, but so worth it if I got to live in Japan. That would be amazing. So, who knows? That might happen. It might not. Like, it's not the only place I want to travel, but in terms of physically moving, Japan for sure. So, okay, let's see. Fact number 10. I am pretty proud to say that I don't do any kind of drugs, and I don't really consume alcohol. I mean, like, every once in a blue moon I do, but it actually physically hurts my body a lot to consume alcohol, so I usually avoid it as best as I can. But in terms of drugs, not at all. Like, I don't, like, unless it's super, 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 super bad, I don't really even take Advil. Like, I'm that paranoid about it. It's just my personal choice and everything. I know some people had rougher lives and so on and so forth, and I can understand how some people would transition into a certain thing, but I've never had that issue. My family had, like, in my family, both my parents smoke. My dad chain smokes. He also was an alcoholic. He consumed beer as a diet. That was basically every single day. And, like, a 6-pack would not even last him half a day. Like, he was that bad. At least then. I think now he's a little bit less, only because he had hospitalized himself for being an idiot. I don't know. I don't I don't get along with my dad. I can't respect him or anything, so I don't usually talk to him. I avoid him as best as I can. So yeah, I grew up with that, and the idea turned me off so much that I just swore to myself I wouldn't be anyone like that. I would never do drugs. I would never be that kind of alcoholic and everything. Like, I mean, if I were at, like, some kind of special event, like someone's birthday and they invited me or something, and it's like, oh yeah, fine, I'll have one drink, fine, who cares? Then yes, but after that, like, no, like, I can't. It's not me. So, yeah, those are my 10 facts. I mean, honestly, I could probably make more facts about myself, but then this video would go on forever. I'm actually impressed that I managed to talk for 23 straight minutes. My throat's feeling it now. I'm not used to doing this, actually. Like, even though I am considered a very talkative person, I don't usually get to talk this long. So, hopefully you guys like, and just before I end this, I suppose I still need to show Sabbath. But I will also say that at the end of this video, I also want to put in a Q&A, and you guys can ask me whatever the hell you want. It can be random, it can be serious, it can be personal. My only request for you is that do not ask questions you don't want the answer to, because I lack this thing called a personal bubble. If you ask me a question, I will answer it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like, oh, what's your sexuality? Oh, what kind of thing do you do? It doesn't matter. If you ask me a question, I will answer it gladly. I have actually, I've already got these, I already have a few questions from a different site. I use DeviantArt because I draw. A lot of that is based on, like, my original characters and my art style in general, so on and so forth. So, there's that. If you guys want to add to that and ask questions about my art stuff, feel free. If you want to ask something about personal stuff, feel free. If you have questions about my cats, I could try and answer, but I don't really think I can vouch for them too much, so yeah. Yeah, either way, you are free to ask me whatever questions you want, as many as you want. Just don't spam me, as in, like, if you do, like, one question per comment, first off, I might slap you, and second, I will probably consider ignoring it, just because I absolutely hate being spammed. So please don't. So now, let me see if I can get my kitty. Come here, baby. Oh, I guess I gotta get off my ass and get him. One moment. Come on, Sabbath. Let me go to a video. Hey. That was tricky. Okay. Here's my baby Sabbath. Well, I should show you what my little baby does when I hold him. This is his position. Oh yeah, he also has like white spot here. I don't really know why. He's a weirdo baby. But yeah, usually every morning this is what he does. Sometimes he climbs it further, so on and so forth. But come on, baby. Come on. The whole point of this video is to show your face. Come here. Look at you. You pretty baby. I love him. And actually, there is one thing I can tell you about both of them. They were born February 23rd of last year. So, hooray! So, the first cats I've ever owned that, well, the first cats I've ever interacted with in my entire life that I knew the birthday of, because these two aren't my first cat. My first cat was named Bakura. Not a fun situation with him. I can explain it in another video. I won't do it now. This video is too long as is. So, yeah, things happen. I didn't get to keep him, so I was in a bit of a slump. Found these guys. And they are part of the same litter, so they are siblings, with Momo being the little runt. So, that's why she's kind of tiny. Well, tinier. She's still slightly pudgy. Little pudgy baby. What? What are you squeaking at me for? Silly kitty. But anyway, yeah, that's it. So, feel free to put your questions down below. If you like the video, like, comment, yada yada yada. Some of you have already subscribed to me, so I can't really use that as a suggestion right now. Well, I mean, there might be newcomers, you never know. And, yeah, if you guys want to let me know how I did for this first official video, let me know. I realized, like, don't be like, oh, the video quality is crap, oh, your mic sucks, and I understand that's the case. I don't make that much money. I have to work with what I got. This is the best I had at the time. I'm even amazed I grabbed a camera that has, like, a 1080p option, so it's a start. Yeah, the next time I do a video, when I do the Q&A thing, this will be adjusted. I will be wearing makeup. You'll see how I prefer to look. So, hopefully you'll like that too. So, yeah. Bye.